Hey YouTube Pipers, JC here. Just doing a quick little video today. Quick little update on the book real quick. I'm about, as you can see, about halfway through. It's been really good so far. Some of the stuff I kind of skimmed through a little fast just for the simple fact that a lot of it goes into detail about specific pipe makers and about specific things like that. There is other details in there that's I'm really interested in about, you know, breaking in pipes, about the freeness of your basically pipe of the draw on it, excuse me. So he talks about different things like that. He talks about different pipe makers that he's talked to, about their experiences and stuff like that. One of the very first chapter, he goes into some detail about some of the articles I was talking about in one of my videos about a couple of weeks ago, and it was talking about that there was one study, I don't remember it's out of Denmark or what, but he talks about it in there in the book anyways. But the study talks about that pipe smokers that smoke an average of like 3 bowls every couple of days or whatever it is, they actually live 2 years longer than people that don't use tobacco at all. And the fact that they like to group pipe smokers in with cigarette smokers. So, but it's pretty good. I'll kind of have little side notes that I wrote down on different things about the book, and you know, after I get through with it, I'll do a full review on it. But get a thumb. Excuse me, I'm gonna shut my pipe out of my mouth. Gets a thumbs up so far. I don't want to do that. This is my handmade Moretti here. Love this pipe. It's smokes great. Great draw on it. I usually put Virginias in this. Sometimes Virginia Burley blends, but this is the last of the Festivus GT that my buddy John gave me. I mean, it's literally nothing left in it at all. Got dang near a full bowl out of this, the last one. So I really appreciate that, John. But today's topic is basically on kind of just that, and that's what made me think of it, the first chapter of the book. You know, society basically doesn't want people smoking a pipe. They don't want people reading. They don't want people doing their own research. You know, they don't want anything anymore. They just want everybody to be cookie cutter, evidently. Whether you have one opinion or not doesn't really matter, but in my opinion, reading to me is just as important as pipe smoking for relaxing. I read pretty much every night before I go to bed, sometimes more than that. I would urge everybody to sign up for smokingpipes.com, their email list, because they send you different articles that they write, and it's really, really good. The last article that they wrote was on, making sure I say his name correctly because I haven't really done any research on this guy yet, but it's on Carl Jung. And he was, he was a, what do you call it? Not a therapist, but he studied, you know, the mind, psyche, stuff like that, psychologist basically. And he was a pipe smoker. Well, he lived to be 85, even though his doctor told him he should quit smoking a pipe in his whole life. And he smoked a cigar at lunchtime too. He had a little miniature Cuban cigar. I guess he smoked them every day before, or after lunch, I'm sorry. You know, that was his after lunch time smoke. And then the rest of the time, I guess he smoked a pipe. But yeah, he talks about in the book too about, you know, all these people, like, you know, and this book was written in the 90s, so it's a little bit outdated, but he talks about like Michael Jordan and Arnold Schwarzenegger and all these celebrities and stuff that smoke cigars and pipes. And, you know, he details some of the guys too, like the well-known guys from back in the day, like Mark Twain and people like that. But I will say this. I almost feel like I've learned more since I've been out of school about a lot of things than I have than when I was in school. And obviously, you know, always learning is a great thing, no matter what you do. Like in my field, you know, I'm a mechanic. I run a shop. So basically, I work on everything from, if you don't know what I do, I work on everything from string trimmers to dump trucks to track loaders to trucks, you know. So we work on a little bit of everything, you know, do custom welding, stuff like that, do a lot of fabrication. Stuff gets broke nowadays, a lot of stuff's junk, so you kind of got to re-engineer and re-weld a lot of things. Another reason I like this pipe, it stays lit very easily. You know what I mean? Like I'm sitting here rambling on talking and it's just staying lit. pretty good looker too. But yeah, the same thing goes for pretty much for pipe smoking. You know, as far as reading goes, I mean, I read a little bit of everything. I mainly read, you know, factual information that, you know, pretty much scientific stuff. I read stuff about health, the human body, history. Like I said, this is kind of a little bit of history in this too, but this is based on factual stuff. It's not a fantasy fairy tale type thing. If I want something like that, I'll just watch a movie. You know what I mean? But yeah, pretty much, you know, nonfiction reader, I guess you would say. So so yeah, as far as, you know, everything that's going on today in our society, for instance, you know, I'm not going to get political one side or the other. You know, there's enough of that crap going on. But you know, certain news outlets have talked about, oh, you know, people shouldn't do their own research. And this is, you know, I guess they're talking about everything, not just what's going on. I'm not even going to say it. But, you know, they don't want people to do their own research. They don't want people to read. You know, it's the same thing with pipe smoking. Like, they don't want people smoking a pipe. Even though, you know, to me, there is a soothing aspect of it, you know, where to me, if I'm smoking a pipe, I'm relaxing. And I don't even smoke a pipe every day. Like yesterday, I took the day off. I smoked 4 bowls a day before. So yesterday I took the day off. If I get to the point, I told myself, if I get to the point where I can't even take a day off without like having some type of crazy fits or something like that, I would just quit smoking altogether. Finally got a relight there. But yeah, I mean, to me, reading is a really cool thing. You know, it's not just relaxing, but you learn things. You know, you get your brain working, you get the old noggin moving, I guess you would say. But your brain cells firing. That's what I was thinking of. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's the same way with me with pipe smoking. I don't know about you guys and gals, but, you know, leave your comments down below and let me know what you think. I mean, why do you smoke a pipe? I smoke a pipe because it's relaxing. You know, I can just come to the garage, I can sit back, I can read a book, do whatever I want. You know, it's just a form of relaxation to me and enjoyment. It's the same thing with reading. If I'm not interested in something, I'm not going to read it at the same time too. But getting back to, sorry about that, but that was a long drawn out spiel there, but getting back to the article, the guy's name is Carl Jung, if I didn't already say it. But smoking pipes, basically what I was getting at is just sign up for their little email list there, because they do these little comics too that they send you, and those articles are very interesting, and a lot of them, they have to do with pipe smoking related facts. Like this guy, the whole article wasn't just about pipe smoking. It was about a bunch of other different stuff about his life, and he was friends with Sigmund Freud and stuff like that, and they kind of had a little bit of a falling out. So just, and it's not real long stuff. It's almost like a 3 or 4 paragraph type thing. But to me, it's very interesting. You know, you can just sit back and read something like that in about 15 minutes or so, versus having to dedicate time to read a book. And you can tell I'm kind of interested in this because I've read it so fast. I've read a couple chapters a night basically since I've got it. I mean, like I said, some of the stuff was, you know, real in depth about certain specific pipe makers, but, you know, and most of those are pretty much gone by now. He did write a second book, and I'm going to review the second book as well. But the first, you know, like I said, this is the first book, and it was written in the 90s, but I mean, it's still very, you know, pipe making really hadn't changed since then. So a lot of the stuff he talks about is, you know, still up to date. But it's very interesting so far. But I know I already did a video about it, but, you know, I'd just like to see what people's thoughts are on the whole pipe smoking as a whole. To me, you know, it's a community too. Like I said, like this, I would never try this tobacco if my buddy didn't give it to me. We all share different things. We got a little cool little group of people locally that we all share different stuff, you know. And we have a little group on Marco Polo, so we kind of message each other back and forth, you know, keep everybody's spirits up. You know, that's another thing. You know, it's, to me, it's positivity. You know, everything's gotten so negative nowadays. You know, if it's negative, that's what they broadcast. You know, that's why my videos, I try not to look, try not to be too negative. It's try to keep a upbeat type deal to it. But we got enough negativity out there. And that's one thing that's drawn me to pipe smoking. It's just, I haven't really met many people that are, more or less dickheads. Whether they're old or newer pipe smokers or what, everybody is kind of like more of a community, and they're just kind of happy to see somebody else smoke a pipe, and they can sit and chat with them. So to me, it's a camaraderie to that. So yeah, I don't know if you guys would be interested in it, but I'll probably start reviewing a couple more other books. That'll be maybe like a weekday type thing, like once a month or something like that. Because like I said, I read all the time. So, and it'll be kind of somewhat pertaining to pipe smoking and relaxation, things like that. Not necessarily the health stuff. I'm sure you guys don't want to hear anything about that, but I do because I'm interested in it. And the fact that half the crap I learned in school was wrong. So, I'm kind of reading, researching, and I'm like, oh, I'm learning this stuff. They kind of, and there's a lot of stuff too. You kind of find out that they tell you the opposite in school, but once you get out and you actually research it, you see that, half the crap is either BS or they kind of, twist the truth, I guess to say, or don't tell you the whole truth. A lot of times what happens is they leave out a lot of facts. I don't know if it's because they can't teach that much in time or what, but I guess it depends on the curriculum. But I want to give a shout out to our teachers too, because I know a lot of them get looked down upon nowadays because you have a few corrupt ones out there. It's just like police officers, there's good and bad ones. You got a couple corrupt ones out there, and like one of my buddies, I don't know if he wants me to tell or whatever, so I won't, but he's a teacher. So he said, they're getting, it depends on the parents, but some of them kind of look down on the teachers now because some of the stuff that's going on locally, and stuff like that. So I just want to give a shout out to the good teachers out there that, love the kids and care about the kids and are trying to do a good job. So, we're supporting you. So, now that I have a daughter, I didn't have a daughter before up till 2.5 years ago, but now that I have a daughter, I look at that a lot more now. And my mom was a teacher too. She taught all the way up until the time she retired. So I guess coming from there, you kind of see what they go through all the time. But yeah, so that's basically, I guess, the two questions I have. It's what's your thoughts on, I guess, truth seekers and free thinking people, and do you read a lot? Does it relax you? And does pipe smoking relax you? And is that why you do it? But that's kind of the two things I have, I guess, that relax me more than anything, would be reading and pipe smoking. And I feel like, I don't know if that's why they don't want us to do it or what, but it's almost like, like I said, they want everybody to be cookie cutter, and, everybody's an individual, we have to accept everybody for who they are, everybody should be an individual, We need to get back to that, in my opinion, treating people as such. And another thing, I kind of read the other day, and it was sorry if I'm rambling on, but if you get to the end of the video, it's one thing I read the other day, and I don't remember exactly what the guy was saying, but he was saying something about brightening people's day, about when he actually does something, like each day he kind of tries to make somebody's life better. So what can he do? Like, and it's not anything even crazy. Like, say if you're in the store, and you'll notice this, like if you hold a door for somebody and say hi and smile to somebody, I was walking through the grocery store the other day, and certain people, they're still like skittish. They're walking around, and they don't even want to look at anybody or talk to anybody. And then certain people, they're going to their way to help somebody get something off the shelf, or, and most people I think are nicer, it's not that, it's a very few, but that are like that. But, a lot of people, because I have my daughter with me, most of the older ladies, they want to come by and squeeze their cheeks and all that stuff. But, most people are, helpful, I would say. And to me, that's kind of a good way to look at stuff, because if you do something for somebody, you feel better yourself. But every day, if you try to just like make somebody's day better, that to me is a good motto to live by. So that was, I don't know if that was a question or just kind of a comment, but just leaving that one out there because I thought that was kind of cool. So I'm gonna get back to enjoying this. I don't think I have a lot left of it. But yeah, I just love to see everybody's thoughts on that, and let me know, you know, if you, a couple of people said they've already read the book and they like the book, but let me know what you think about. Oh, I don't even know if I said what it was. In Search of Pipe Dreams is what the book's called, but I kind of did a little snippet on it before, you know. But yeah, just leave your comments down below on the topics, and let me know what you think about it. This is JC again. Talk to you guys later.